Hello students, welcome back to today's video lesson. By continuing today also our revision class, we have already completed revision of two chapters, chapter number 7 and chapter number 4. Chapter number 4 was your revision chapter from midterm. In today's video, I will start revision of chapter number 5, the language of chemistry. In this language of chemistry, as you all know, the chemical reactions means reaction is a chemical reaction is a reaction in which new substances are formed. These chemical reactions can be represented by chemical equations. Chemical equations are having two parts: the substance that take part in a chemical reactions are called reactants, and the product we get after a reaction is called a product part. Okay, an atom of electrons are distributed among the nucleus arrangement. On this arrangement, basically the new compounds are formed on the basis of the electronic configuration. So now, to perform a chemical reactions, what conditions are required for a chemical reaction to happen? First, the substance has to be in a close contact. Unless and until the substances are close to each other, they can't be react with each other. So it's very important to bring the two or more substances very close to each other, so that rather we can mix them also to make for a chemical reactions. For example, sodium reacts with water vigorously when brought in contact with atmospheric moisture. So sodium is kept in a kerosene oil. Next condition is a solution formation. Solution formation means the reaction in which if you bring the substance in close contact, then also they does not react. On that case, we use some liquid solvent in them to make them a solution. Then what you will see, the reaction will become faster much. So for example, when sodium chloride and lead nitrate solids are placed in a contact with each other, we will show no reaction. So but when when a solution is with water are mixed, they react to form a lead chloride and sodium nitrate. So solution of reactant water is called aqueous solution. This reaction is called aqueous reaction. In some type of reaction, we have seen that we need to heat them. So to make the solution heat, suppose contact with sulfur and iron is a physical change, but when you heat them, it will become iron sulfide, which is a chemical change. Then for light also we need sometimes light are also required for a chemical reaction. As you know, in the case of photosynthesis, plant cannot prepare their food without sunlight. So when sunlight synthesize carbon dioxide and water, in return they produce glucose, oxygen. Okay, so that oxygen we are taking. Next, under some condition, pressure is also important for a chemical reaction. For example, for the preparation of ammonia gas, we need atmospheric pressure about 200 atmospheric atm. In the same way, carbonic acid when mixed with aerated drinks in high pressure, it becomes fizzy, soda lime water. so these are also used in high pressure. In the same way, sometimes electricity is also required for a chemical reaction. So when electricity is passed through, suppose water, it decomposes to form hydrogen and oxygen. So hydrogen and oxygen can be separated from water when we pass electricity through acidulated water. Now catalyst means a substance that alters the rate of reactions. Means they can speed up the rate of reaction or they can slow down the reaction also. They can speed up the reaction and also slow down the chemical reaction. So the substance, the catalyst which speed up the reaction, they are called positive catalysts or promoters, whereas the catalyst which slow down the chemical reaction. They are called negative catalyst or inhibitors. Okay. For example, sodium and nitrogen and hydrogen reacts in the presence of iron as a catalyst. Is a positive catalyst. Now the type of chemical reaction. Chemical reaction, there are so many types of chemical reactions. So first we will see here only two types of chemical reaction. I think it is given in your book. First one is the combination reaction. When two or more elements are combined together to form a single compound. Is called a combination reactions. For example, iron plus sulfur, on heating it gives iron sulfide. Hydrogen plus oxygen, it gives water. Carbon plus oxygen, it gives carbon dioxide gas. So in this way, magnesium plus ribbon bound in presence of oxygen, it gives magnesium oxide. So it is also a combination reaction. So two or more substances when react with each other to form a single compound is called a combination reaction. Then decomposition reaction is just opposite of the combination. When a single compound, by the action of some heat, light or electricity, they can be break into constituent elements or compounds, are called decomposition reaction. For example, decomposition of limestone or calcium carbonate on heating strongly decomposes to form calcium oxide and carbon dioxide gas. When potassium chlorate is on heating, it decomposes to potassium chloride and oxygen. Similarly, when electricity passes through a molten sodium chloride, it decomposes to form sodium and chlorine. The same way, for the reaction, when electricity is passed through acid related water, the water can decompose to separate them hydrogen and oxygen from them. So we get hydrogen oxygen by the process of electrolysis when we do. Okay, so these are the two main types of chemical reaction. Now the characteristics of a chemical reaction. In a chemical reaction, we can see so many types of thing happens, but so many changes that we can see and say that the reaction has been occurred. So what we see and then we say the reaction has been occurred. Always we can do the tests to see and have the confirmation of a chemical reaction. But by observation also we can say the chemical reaction. Suppose a change in color. Okay, sometimes the color of a reactant changes when they in a product. So we can say there is a chemical reaction. Suppose the color of silver, the iron is silver white, but when they come in contact with moisture, a rust is formed. That time it becomes reddish brown color. So the change in color, we can say there is a chemical reaction has been happened over a iron nails or iron object. Change in state, in some time we see reactant, suppose hydrogen and chlorine both are gaseous state, they form HCl. Hydrochloric acid is a liquid state, first gaseous then it is liquid. Hydrogen and oxygen both are gaseous state, but when react to form water, it is a liquid state. In the same way, solution of barium nitrate forms barium chloride solid. Okay, so these are the change we can see in the chemical reaction. Next, evaluation of gas. That is, evaluation of gas in a chemical reaction is called an effervescence. Sometimes a gas is produced during a chemical reaction. Suppose zinc react with hydrochloric acid to form zinc chloride and hydrogen gas is liberated. So this is how you can see here, gas is liberated, so it is a chemical reaction. Evaluation of smell. Sometime bad or good smell comes out, or some very pungent smell comes out during a chemical reaction. For example, reaction of formation of hydrogen sulfide gas. When hydrogen and sulfur are heated to form reacts with hydrogen to form hydrogen sulfide, is a very pungent smell it gives, or foul smell it gives. So by the smell we can say a reaction has been happened. Now release of heat or absorption of it during a chemical reaction. Sometimes we need to heat the reactant to have a chemical reaction, or sometimes some heat is liberated during a chemical reaction. So when we have to heat a substance to form a chemical reaction, we call it as a endothermic reaction, means heat is absorbed here. After that, sometimes heat is liberated during a chemical reaction. It is called exothermic reaction, means it liberates the heat. Okay, so when solution, example, dissolving ammonium chloride in water absorb heat from the surrounding in a container to become cold. Okay, so it is an endothermic reaction. Whereas hydrochloric acid and reacts with sodium hydroxide, evolution of heat can be seen here. Okay, so in this way we can see by this that the normal characteristics of a chemical reaction. Next is the formation of precipitate. Precipitate means there are some insoluble substances formed during a chemical reactions. So they are called precipitate, and the reaction is called precipitation reaction. For example, barium sulfate with barium chloride when added, when barium chloride is added to sulfuric acid, it gives barium sulfate. It is an insoluble solid, barium sulfate. It is called precipitate, and the reaction we can say here, it is a precipitation reaction. So students, in today's video, after this we will do the revision. In the next video we will start from a chemical equations. It's already almost complete chapter, so we can see we have to do some chemical equations and reactions to say how decomposition reaction. We will see some example, more example of decomposition and combination reaction by example. We will do the revision in the next video class. Okay students, thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you have got a good revision of this chapter. Okay, thank you very much, and do preparation for your final exam. Thank you.